Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my summer makeup must-haves. Just a few products here that I'd like to share with you that I feel help to keep makeup on through the heat, especially when we're sweating a lot more. So if this is interesting to you, please keep watching. So first and foremost, my number one tip would be to set your makeup. Anytime that you feel you're going to be sweating more, you really need to make sure that you have a good setting powder. One setting powder that I have been using for a long time, I mainly use it for under my eyes, but if I know I need to make my makeup completely bulletproof, I use it all over. But this is the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. So I get this at Ulta. I think this one was, I want to say $25, but it's lasted me a really long time. I typically apply this just with my Real Technique sponge, and I always use this every day to set my under eye. But like I said, if I know that I really want my makeup to last all day, then I sometimes will set my whole face with this. But definitely it's an amazing under eye setter. So one thing with setting powders I sometimes dislike is that it can make you look very dull or dry, and I'm all about like dewy glow. I like my skin to almost shine, so sometimes I don't set with powder because it takes that away. This product right here I feel like nobody talks about, but it's amazing. It's the Laura Geller Filter Finish Setting Powder in the color Universal. There goes my phone. So this is basically a setting powder for your whole face, but it adds a very slight sheen. So it kind of works as both. So it kind of does two things. It sets your makeup in place so that it stays just like a traditional setting powder, but it also gives it a little bit of a luminescence, which to me is like, I'm all about that. Oh my goodness, now my phone's gonna blow up. So anyways, if you can see, so as you can see, it's got multiple colors, and it just gives like a very light sheer sheen. So this really sets your makeup in place without making it dull and looking dry. So it basically sets it but still lets you look kind of dewy in a way, if that makes sense, but helps your makeup to last longer. Another product is like a ride or die for me. It's just the L'Oreal True Match powder. So what I typically do on just a normal day, I will put my foundation on, set my under eyes with the Dermablend, and then I will set my whole face with a little bit of this. And then I will also go through with some of this just to add a little bit of sheen back into like my cheeks. But if you're definitely wanting to add a little more color or coverage, the L'Oreal True Match is an amazing setting powder. Just be careful not to use too much of it to avoid looking cakey, but it'll definitely help your makeup to last throughout sweaty days. Another big thing, which I guess I probably should have mentioned first because it comes before foundation, and that is a good primer. So primer definitely helps your foundation to adhere to your face better. One that I have been loving because, like I said, I like a dewy look to my skin is the Catrice Prime and Fine Nude Glow Primer. It has a little bit of a tint to it, but it has this very light catching effect. I don't really know how else to describe that, but I like the consistency of it. It kind of has a stickiness to it. I know that sounds gross and some people won't like that, but to me, how I see it is that tackiness that it has, it really helps my foundation to stick to my face. So when I have that in conjunction with setting powder, my makeup lasts all day and I don't really have any issues. So definitely start with a good primer. It'll make a huge difference in the longevity of your foundation. So next, after you set your face with some really good powder, the next step would be to set it with some kind of setting spray. I am all about setting sprays. I notice a difference when I set my face. I feel like my skin looks better. It takes some of the powderiness away, and it really does help keep my foundation on longer. So I use good old MAC Fix Plus. I've been using this for years. I've gone between this and the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, which I honestly wasn't that impressed with. I know everybody is obsessed with it, but I Honestly, I like the e.l.f. $3 one better than that. But this is the one that I kind of always go back to. I love the way it smells. I love the finish it gives to my face. So they have mini ones you can buy of these. You can keep them in your purse, but it's a really nice refresher. Sorry if you can hear my daughter in the background. I think she just woke up. I'll hurry. So yeah, definitely set your makeup with a really good setting spray. I like MAC Fix Plus, and I've also been using the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Finishing Spray. It has actually a very fine shimmer to it, so it just adds to the luminescence that I love. But yeah, I feel like a good primed base, foundation, lots of powder, and then take the powderiness away with a setting spray, and you just have a bulletproof face for the summer. Okay, so we have a little guest that's going to be joining us for the last two products that I have for you guys. She just woke up and is clearly not going to let me film on my own. So this is more for my bald brow girls like me. When you're going to maybe get splashed with some water or go swimming and you don't want to just like look freaking weird with no brows, you need some good bulletproof brow products. This first one I'm going to mention I've talked about a lot on this channel, and it's the NYX eyebrow gel. I get the color Espresso. This stuff will not come off unless you want it to. It's pretty harsh, so you have to learn how to use it properly so that they don't look just like completely painted on. But this stuff is really good for really sweaty days, or if you're going to be exposed to water. I would highly recommend the NYX brow gel. Another one, which I'm sure you guys have seen on Instagram, is the Wonder Brow. I haven't really talked about this on my channel, but I do use it quite often. In fact, it's almost gone. This stuff is probably a little bit more permanent seeming than the NYX. The only thing I don't like about this is the color range. It kind of goes from this is supposed to be medium to like jet black. There's no in between. So sometimes you have to mix them. But the Wonder Brow Brow Gel, I think? Yeah, Wonder Brow Brow Gel. This stuff will keep your brows on through any amount of sweat, any amount of water. It's really going to take an actual makeup remover to remove. Alright you guys, so those are my summer makeup essentials that I feel will help you get through really sweaty days. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.